Hi guys, you may notice that the layout looks different, but I'm like really tired and I'm actually not tired enough to like record a video, obviously. And this layout is probably gonna look like really weird on YouTube, you know what I mean? But I'm tired. Okay, give me some grace, give me some mercy. I do not have to give you perfection in order for it to be excellence, okay? Let's just chill, like we're on FaceTime. Anyway, um, so my video on unrequited love has I don't I just did a weird face, but I it helped somebody. It helped somebody, and it was cool. Somebody commented on it, and somebody even commented on my video I did about parenting. And I don't know, it just makes me more happy and excited, really, that I can never convey to you guys because I was thinking about this. Like, it's so interesting that people ask me, like, oh, what do you do for work? And then I tell them, but it's kind of a secret, you know what I mean, that I make YouTube videos. Not that it's supposed to intentionally like be a secret, like ooh, keeping a secret, but it's funny to just have it be something that people find out I do. It's funny, you know what I mean? They're like, what? And I don't know. Anyway, you may notice that I'm wearing my blue light glasses today. I kid you not, they genuinely make a difference for me in my life. You can say that I'm being tricked and bamboozled and everything, but and obviously this has to do with the brightness on my phone, but like if I use my phone at night, listen, sorry if I like to watch some edits before I go to sleep, you know what I mean? TMI, Simone, TMI. If I use my phone and sometimes the brightness is bright, I just feel like if I have my blue light glasses on, I don't know if it's a subconscious thing, but like my head doesn't hurt. I don't feel like extra tired that I just used my phone before bed when I shouldn't have. Like it actually makes a difference for me. You know what I mean? I don't know. And you guys have never seen me with any kind of glasses before, so I think it like gives a whole like different look. Anyway, today, um, I wanted to tell you guys that you probably already know this. You know what I mean? You probably found some kind of relatability in the statement I made, in the title of this video, because being a person that is choosing positivity and that is choosing light and that is choosing encouragement, especially in 2026, it literally feels like this mental jungle and mental battle every single day, especially as someone like in their late 20s, and it's very easy to focus on all the things that I'm not doing, all of the things that are wrong, all the things that really are genuine obstacles like in this world. And I was thinking about it today, like there's so much I could be negative about. Like politics is a perfect space for this. Like things I could just hate and things I could just be bitter about and things I could just be negative about. And I mean, with politics it's totally different. Like we'll talk about that another day, but it's actually very normal to be frustrated about those social matters that you care about. But anyway, I just wanted to make a 10-minute video, a little video on it really will pay off. And it really will pay off mentally, even physically, dare I say, to just focus on positivity and focus on gratitude. It may feel like the tide is going this way, you know what I mean? And it's actually very easy to, unfortunately, like find other people who bask in the negativity and bask in the bitterness. And they're all swimming that way and they're all going that way. But you're the one that's like, swimming this way and going this way. And especially mentally, which is basically the entire focal point of this video, I don't know, I had a small moment today where somebody said something and it really like rubbed me the wrong way and it really like hurt my feelings. And then I was like, okay, what would I have done about a moment like this years and years ago? Because years and years ago, like when I was younger, when I was a kid, you know what I mean, when I was like a teenager, I guess, I very much like naturally focused on the negative. And you know what? I can't even fault myself for that because I think our brain does naturally move towards the negative for some reason. But I really was like super negative and super like negative self-talk to myself, like all kinds of negative stuff. And so when I had that moment today, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna feel sad for a little bit. I'm gonna wonder, hey, why did this happen? Why did this person say this to me? If someone takes if someone says something to you, it's because they're either comfortable or they think that they're not really thinking about your feelings, to be honest. So, anyways, I think that coming up with a plan of action is always soothing to me. I don't know if it's like the older sister in me or just, like, I don't. This person made a comment about something in my life, and I was like, you know what? Like, I actually do feel really bad and I do feel really like sad about this, but what if I made a plan of action to kind of keep myself from avoiding this goal so that nobody even has the guts or the gall to make a joke about this anymore. You know what I mean? So anyway, but that was kind of my way of like choosing positivity in a way that's not forceful. Oh my gosh. There's so much forceful, like positive media around. Like it's disgusting. It's disgusting. No. In order for your brain to focus on the positive naturally, you do have to practice and you do have to instill like that positivity and that hope within you that things will be okay, but it should not be forced. Right when you're sad, you shouldn't immediately try to make yourself feel better, which is what a lot of people do. No, literally no. If I could give you literally one piece of advice, it would be no. It would be no. I also was thinking that it's probably like really strange. I don't think it's strange because I saw like one other post about it, but I genuinely will. This is very normal, but I still think that it could be looked at as strange, and I actually do care about how people perceive me sometimes. I don't know. When I feel a certain way about myself, I will genuinely listen to Don Toliver and Tate McRae, and I will imagine in my head that I'm doing like my first model shoot with Vogue. You know what I mean? Like I literally let myself like close my eyes and like imagine that I am like this kind of future version of myself that doesn't, focus on the negative like anymore because she's already made it. You know what I mean? And this is normal actually, the whole like visualization of it all. But you know what it could be? You really could just listen to Don Toliver and feel better about it all. You really can. Really ego boosting music, really, really great music. I remember when I was in like a tricky and complicated situation, like romantically with a guy, I listened to Don Toliver and I locked in. I was like, wait, what is going on here? And what am I tolerating here? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's silly, but another thing that I do, to be honest, and to overshare with you guys is like, I will watch funny videos and they're my reason for living. Like partially they're my reason for living. Like something will happen where I will get very sad and I will get very, anxious about it even. And I kid you not, watching funny videos will brighten up my day. Like, wow, if this funny thing happened to somebody, it could happen to me. And if humor is still out there, like, and the thing is, using jokes not to suppress what's going on, not to ignore what's going on, but using jokes as a way to make things a little bit lighter and a little bit less, like, unserious is kind of my way of doing things. I think that this is healthy, for sure. But listen, if you want to dedicate yourself to a life of positivity that could actually look different in so many ways, we think it's just wellness, we think it's just fitness, we think it's just mental exercises. It can be all of those things. It can be none of those things. It can be rediscovering a hobby from when you were 12 or when you were 13. Play on your DS, play on your 3DS. As long as it's not hurting anyone, literally, you can play those video games. You can read those books, and I don't know, like I feel like what's scary for me about having hope is like it could all just be shot down, you know what I mean? If something bad happens, but I think I would rather have the hope and be happy in that moment than not have it at all. Which was like really poetic of me. That was really poetic and really great of me to say. Anyways, guys, choose positivity, choose light, because that's exactly what you are. That's what your mind deserves. You don't deserve to feel bad about yourself. You're already everything that you need. So, I'm gonna go to bed now.